It's the second of our 2 games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Got it. Check right.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Let's go.
The Lance going to throw. He's got White here. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And that is incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Okay,
2nd and 10. Now a give right side Swift. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ball red.
Lance now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's 2nd and 10.
10 cycles.
Slot man moves right.
Ready?
He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's in a full run by the time he gets the football.
Here's Swift. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Okay, ready?
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And Lance now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Lance. In trouble, and he'll go down back to the 12. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this 1st quarter.
Ready? Ready?
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Young to throw it. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Ready?
Young to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. This is taken at the 23. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Avoids him at the 40. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Lance looking to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3. Throwing now is Lance. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Lance. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here we go, set.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave him a pretty good pop, too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Young will set to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That throw by Young incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
No,
He's got a man, complete. yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead now stands at 13. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Blaster, 6.
Young working out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Young. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Taken in at the 22. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here we go.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Lance. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Well, they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
On the ready. Ultra. Hut.
Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
6. Mega.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the 2nd round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
54 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
Down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Lance. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, actually, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Young on 1st down. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on it, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd down throw for Young. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he will find his man on the outside. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Here's Lance. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. To throw, Young. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
This time they stay on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Panthers nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. For the fair catch, taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now, because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Now a dump off here complete. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now Young. He finds his man complete. That's Parsons. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Young on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Drake Jackson in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
For the Panthers field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this group, let's just say it's been unusual.
A first down throw for Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Throwing, Young. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Jack Fury.
Looking to throw, Young. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Here is Young. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Okay, right?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Drill green.
Young. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
And so they run it in on the two-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. So the hold on special teams backs them up all the way inside the 15 to start. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Swift going to try up the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. Lance now on first down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
On second down, Swift. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football? And there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. On the option, running left is Lance. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Trey Lance, 47 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Aubrey good with a PAT, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
Panthers 11.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Come on, set.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Let's go.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
Young. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Ready.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Ready. Break.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Let's go now.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Hut, hut.
A pitch out to Swift here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
4 yards. Brings up 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we
The
go.
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
3rd down, Young from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
At the Cowboys' 45.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here. Young now. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. To the air once more, Young. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And this is going to be intercepted.
So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down. About what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Down.
They said begin.